Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Celestial Vegan Things, and today I'm going to show you how I made this delicious sushi bowl. So if you would like to learn how, then please keep watching. First, I'm going to start off with measuring out some rice. I could not find sushi rice, and I know that sushi rice, at least when I looked it up, sushi rice is just small grain rice. You can use jasmine rice, you can use the rice of your choice, you can use brown rice. It really doesn't matter. I went to the bulk section in my store and saw pearl rice, so that's what I'm going to be using today. And I measured out exactly 3 cups of rice, so I'm gonna make all of it today. And we have to clean our rice, so I am choosing to use a little colander thing for this. It just felt easier than doing it in the pot. But you're just going to rinse your rice until the water runs clear. As you can see, the water is a little starchy at first, but then you just keep rinsing and rinsing, and eventually it'll start to run more clear. As you can see here, it's looking a lot better than when we started. So we'll just rinse your rice and then put it in the pot and measure out. I believe the measurements are exactly a 1-to-1 ratio of water to rice, but I will put it in the description box, or hopefully if I remember, I'll put it on the screen just to be sure that I know exactly what I'm doing. So add your rice, add your water to the pot, and put it on the stove and let that cook. In the meantime, in between time, I'm going to be making Sriracha mayo. So I'm using Follow Your Heart mayonnaise. As you can see, I got the big jar of mayonnaise today, and I think I used like about 4 or 5 heaping teaspoons. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. 4 heaping teaspoons, and then about 2 to 3 nice heaping amounts of Sriracha. And we're just gonna mix it up. It's super easy. It's just 2 ingredients. Mix it up. I'm making enough for all the rice that I'm making, and that's what it looks like. You can customize that to your liking. It doesn't have to be the exact measurements. Taste as you go, see what works for you, and that is that. Moving on, I'm also going to be making the rice seasoning. I accidentally bought a jar or a container of rice vinegar that was already seasoned. Don't do that. Just buy it unseasoned and then season it yourself. But I tasted it, didn't like it too much, so I still gotta doctor it up using granulated sugar, white granulated sugar, and some salt. You can also use honey if you are a honey eater, but I'm using granulated sugar. You can probably use agave as well. I spilled my freaking salt like an amateur, like a rookie, but it's fine. I also heated up in that cup. I heated up the rice vinegar in the microwave for a little bit, just so that everything mixed together nicely and heated up and all that. Next, rice is done. Rice is done. It's fluffy. It's not sticking to the bottom. It's perfectly cooked. So we're gonna add that to a bowl. It is still hot. Be careful. The ingredients, or when I looked it up, it said it's better to mix in your rice vinegar, your seasoned rice vinegar, when the rice was still hot, so it can absorb and do its thing. So it is still hot. Putting it in a bowl. Next, I'm going to be adding my concoction, my rice vinegar, seasoned rice vinegar, pouring it in. It ended up not being enough, so I think I did that 3 more times. I thought I measured it correctly as far as ratios were concerned, but I didn't. So again, taste as you go. That's what I did. And we're just gonna fold it in. Nothing crazy. You don't want to make your rice mushy or overly work your rice. So I'm tasting it, realized I need more, so I did that off camera. Next, for my toppings, I'm going to be doing some mushrooms, some kind of like barbecue type mushrooms. It reminds me of eel. I used to love eating, what is it called? Is it unagi? The eel sushi, eel nigiri. That was like my fave, one of my faves. And I find that this seasoning blend tends to kind of mimic that as far as taste is concerned. So I had the paprika in, I added the garlic powder and the onion powder, and you're going to get that in there. We're also adding a little steak sauce. It adds a little twang. I don't know if you need to add steak sauce, honestly. You can probably skip that. Maybe like a splash of vinegar in this. But I had steak sauce, so I'm gonna use steak sauce, and it's vegan. Check the ingredients on the back. Next, I'm going to be adding a little barbecue sauce. I got the hickory and brown sugar one from Sweet Baby Ray's, I believe is the brand. So I'm adding a little bit of that as well. I think I added like 2 tablespoons of each, and I wanted a little kick, so I added some red chili flakes, and we're just gonna stir that up. I cooked the mushrooms down, the liquid cooked out for the most part, and that was what's left, and then I seasoned and did that. So now for assembly, I had julienned, some carrots, and some cucumbers. Now I'm ready to assemble. So we're gonna put our rice in this nice cute little bowl. I have since bought a new cutting board, and it's wood, so hats off to me. I'm so proud I did that. Anyways, so we're gonna add our mushrooms onto our rice like so. Put that in a nice little corner. Then I was thinking, what else do I want? I had some leftover Beyond steak pieces? I'm not sure what it's called. I'll put that in the description as well though. I had that left over, tried it. I was like, it's cool, it's alright. So I put that on there. Now for my carrots and my cucumbers. You can also add radishes. I was thinking about adding radishes, but you have to buy it by the bunch at the store, and I didn't know what to use. I would have probably used like 2, 3. Didn't know what else to do with them. So if you want pickled vegetables, you can put that on there. You can go crazy. This is so customizable. You can, whatever you like on your sushi. Avocado would be great on this. Like, live it up. I also had some seaweed, and I put that in the corner. And then for our Sriracha mayo, I accidentally microwaved it because I wasn't paying attention. I thought it was something else, but I mean, it still turned out great. So sprinkle that on top, and then I have some sesame seeds. They're the white sesame seeds. I was looking for black ones, but I couldn't find them at the store that I went to. So white sesame seeds work. I don't discriminate. We're gonna sprinkle some white sesame seeds on top for a little flair, for a little, a little something. I also decided today was the day I wanted to try some kimchi. As you can see, and it's a kimchi that does not have fish. It's vegan, basically. It doesn't have any fish sauce or fish oil, or I don't remember how they make kimchi, but I do know that a lot of it doesn't have to be vegan. So definitely check the ingredients on that. This one is completely vegan. It doesn't have any ingredients that I cannot consume. So we're gonna put that on the side. I'd never tried it before. It's my first time, and I ain't mad at it. The folks that was telling me to try it, they kind of snapped with that. People who make kimchi snapped with that. But it's also possibly, just like everything else, it's up to your taste buds. Some people like it, some people don't. I ended up really liking it. It was a gamble because it's a big bag. Didn't know if I was gonna have to waste money, but it ended up working quite well. So that's our little concoction. I ended up adding more sauce and more sesame seeds because I'm like, this looks kind of dry. But this is my setup. I got the sushi bowl, the kimchi, the ginger, the more seaweed, my soy sauce, and my little chopsticks, and I'm ready to dig in. I'm ready to go. I was so hungry by this point. So let's eat. I got my chopsticks. Someone told me when I was a kid, one of my friends told me I used chopsticks wrong, and that's been on my mind ever since that I use chopsticks, but it does work. So if the way I'm holding my chopsticks offends any legit chopstick users, my apologies. I try, but, and it works. It does work for me. Here's the kimchi. There it is. Yes. 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 Yeah. Finger clap for you. It was good. So then I went ahead and started making little sushi boats out of the seaweed on the bottom, and then put all the ingredients inside. Oh, like a sushi taco situation. And that was amazing. I'm chowing down. It is so good. Sometimes I want to start a mukbang channel, but I know that I will not stick with something like that because I don't like people watching me eat. That's why I put them at the end of my videos as a way to desensitize myself. But that's not your problem, y'all. That's not your problem. That's just me yapping. Anyways, I hope you found this video very helpful. You can find me on the social medias. Check my description box, and I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Love you. Goodbye.